Hello, hello, hello. Do we have audio? Are things looking good? Let me know. What's going on, Bill? How you doing, man? How's the fishing been, buddy? We got audio? We good? Let me know if we got audio. Sounds and looks good, bro. Cool, man. Cool. How you been, dude? You been catching any fish? What's going on, everyone? Glad to see you this beautiful Sunday evening. Well, David says, work till 11, but definitely watch afterwards. Did they ever say what was causing talons to be so noisy? Be honest, I pick up the talons. They're done. I'm not sure if everyone watched that entire video or if they looked in the description, but the talon that was making the noise, that one, or I put it this way, the noise that I couldn't fix, that one had to go to the shop. And then if you guys remember, I took off the 2 end caps on those talons to clean down in there. And when I was putting the other end cap on, I could see the wire was frayed, or the cable was frayed on that talon. So they both had to go in the shop. And come to find out, both talons had a frayed cable. And then the other talon, kind of like I had said in that video, whatever those blocks are that rides in those tracks, the screw did back out of those. And that's what was leaving that line on the inside of the track. Minn Kota told me that they put Loctite on those screws and sometimes they back out. But the shop that I went to, and it's like after the experience that I had with the last shop, this is like Minn Kota's like #1 shop. Like they send stuff to this shop to fix. This is like their #1 shop. That's the only reason I went there. And they said Minn Kota does not put Loctite on those screws. And this is an issue that can happen. So I believe they took all the screws out on both of them, Loctited them all, put them back in, put new cables, lubed everything, and everything is quiet and good to go. And I'll pick them up Tuesday before work. I'm going to put them back on Wednesday before work and then hit the lake on Thursday. So that is the plan. But yeah, that is the deal with the talon. So yeah, there's no way that I could fix that. Like I said, the screws did back out. So at least I took it to a good shop. They figured it out, got it done, and they said everything's good. So that's something to be aware of, though. And I am going to make a video about, I guess, talons versus power poles. So guys are asking my thoughts on them now that I'm having some issues with them. Really, my thought hasn't really changed on it, but I'm still going to make that video. But if you are looking at talons, or if you already have them, that's something to keep in mind that could happen to yours. So where are we at here? Old Dave says, have to catch you later. Go get it, TJ. Old David coming in with a donation already. $10, man. I do appreciate that, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. We got a nice giveaway for you guys tonight. Little raffle for you guys. Whoever donates is entered in this giveaway. Little super chat giveaway. We do have the Chase Baits, the RIP Snorter. We got a football jig. We have a swim jig. Excite Baits there. We got a little Rebel, Square Bill. We got a Guggen Baits, Lipless. We got a Strike Pro Wake Bait. We got some Yum Spine Craws. We got some Vile Craws as well. So about a $50 value for you guys. If you guys donate, you are entered in that little giveaway, and we will pick a winner at the end of the stream. We got 40 people on already. If you guys have not hit the thumbs up, please do that. Really do appreciate that. What's going on? Creek and Trail Chronicles. What's going on, Harry? And guys, let me know, how has fishing been for you? We'll kind of get into my fishing here in a little bit, but let me know how it's going for you guys, what you're using, what you're catching them on. What's going on, tactical fisherman? Well, Bill says, been on them okay when not raining. Dude, that was some serious rain we had yesterday. Yeah, I thought we were going to get hail. It seems like every good storm we get hail. So I went and threw a bunch of towels on my hood last night. I pulled my truck up as close as I can to the garage, and then I load that hood with towels. On that Ram, the tailgate and the hood is aluminum, and dude, hail just beats the heck out of that aluminum. Jesse, what is going on, everyone? Caught 2 bass since Father's Day. One on a laughter crawler. One on a panfish bait. 2 bass, dude. Ain't nothing to complain about, man. Not too bad at all. Russ, what's up? Did you ever switch to the Plano edge boxes? What do you think? Yeah, pretty much every box in my boat right now is an edge box. Yeah, I'm loving them, dude. I mean, they are a bit pricey, but I do believe with that series, you do get what you pay for. There's quite a few benefits to switching to the edge boxes. And I don't have everything switched over yet to those. I mean, I'm pretty much using all Plano boxes, but I don't have everything in an edge box. It's something I kind of do during the winter time. But as I get time, I'm kind of loading one up. So I do have maybe a dozen or so right now in the Crestliner there. I got a lot of speed bags in there as well. But we'll go over. I'll probably do like a boat tour towards the end of the season when I do have more boxes in there. And then, like I said, as I load more and more boxes up, we're going to do kind of tackle videos all throughout the winter, showing you guys how I decided to order, certain baits and techniques and things like that. So there'll be a lot of that to come here as the year kind of winds down. Elax05, what's going on, buddy? Ed said, hey, Jim, caught another monster on those red shat exo ribbons. That's cool, dude. I was tossing those the other day as well. I didn't catch a monster on it, but I was tossing those, caught a few fish on them. What's going on, Bill? How you doing, buddy? Old BT in the house, man. Good to see you, buddy. Hope it's not too hot down there in Florida for you. Well, wait. Do we see... Oh, Debo's in the house, man. Debo's fishing. What's up, brother? I miss your cool anime room. It was a bit dark. I will say it was a bit dark for sure. So we're back here. We got some light. You guys can see my face now. Let's see. You're fishing with Gramps. Had to move my stream to tomorrow night. Gunner jumped the lake twice and had to give him a bath. Something that almost 1-year-old shepherd doesn't care for. Yeah, I can imagine. So where we kind of left off, let me know what's going on with you guys as far as fishing goes, what you guys are catching them on, if you're catching anything at all. I do have a video coming out talking about me and Andy's last day that we fished together. It was a pretty amazing day. 2 huge fish were caught. One could be my PB. It's going to be it's more of a talking video. I'm putting pictures up on the screen. We're comparing fish and all that. You guys will see that video on Tuesday. Audio's good. Everyone keeps saying the Hero 9 sucks. Dude, it's one of the best that I've used as far as, or even seen as far as quality goes. Like user friendly. I mean, it's awesome. It's got a lot of cool features on it, a lot of cool accessories, but it's got the same issue as the 8 had, and it overheats extremely easy. And they're just saying really why the 5 like never really overheated, or why I never really had a problem with it. They said it's because the 5 obviously didn't have a good enough processor in it, like the 8 and 9, to where it would get that hot. But like I said, the 9 is just it's a good quality camera, has a high-end processor in it, and it just gets hot very fast. So between the battery getting hot in there, if you have the media mod on it, if you're out in the sun all that just makes it overheat even faster. And I didn't notice this in the beginning because I got them in February, and like I said, obviously I'm using them inside or it's much colder outside, so there was no issues. But man, in the heat, they're a pain in the butt. And I don't know if there's anything that could be fixed with them because it's not like there's room to put a fan in these cameras. So I'm assuming they're just going to continue to overheat. Yeah, it sucks. So we're good to go, good to go. Appreciate you guys hanging with me here. Aaron coming in with a $20 donation, man. I really do appreciate that, brother. How have you been? Of course, you are entered in the giveaway. Got a nice giveaway for you guys tonight. A little super chat giveaway. Let's see here. Leanne in the house. How's it going? Well, Josh hasn't fished much. Been too hot. Went out and threw big swim baits. Yesterday morning for a few hours, it was 80 degrees at 3:30 in the morning when I was landing the boat up. Caught one about 3.5 pounds. So not a bad day though. One good fish. There's plenty of days where I wish I had a 3-pounder, you know. Yeah, I hear that, dude. They're longer lasting batteries. Yeah, I didn't have really any issues with my 5s. I'm not saying I regret selling them. Maybe I regret selling all of them. I should have kept one for, the hot summer days because, like I said, these 9s overheat so fast. But I mean, I definitely love the quality of the 9. I mean, like I said, a lot of cool features. Having the screen in front. I mean, they have all that stuff right, but the overheating is definitely an issue. Rod, yeah, I can walk and chew gum at the same time. That's great. And any tips or help for an amateur fisherman? I feel that I am throwing everything that I can think of and not much luck, mostly fishing ponds in the Missouri area. Missouri, not too far from me. I'm only 20 minutes from St. Louis. So not having much luck, mainly fishing ponds. And if you're fishing ponds, dude, if you're not throwing a Cinco or a wacky rig, even a spinnerbait, I would highly recommend that. But we did have this come up on the last stream with Debo and Bass Geek. And Bass Geek really had some good points about throwing more like seasonal patterns and things like that. What would work better during the time of year. So you may want to look at your throwing, see what's going on in your pond, and kind of adjust from there. But if you're not throwing, like I said, a Cinco or a wacky rig, I highly recommend you do that. I don't know if there's ever been a time where I have not caught a bass in a pond on a spinnerbait. Those are fish catchers in a spinnerbait. Those are fish catchers in a pond. It's hard to beat a spinnerbait. Yeah, I was out the other day, and like I said, you guys will hear this in a video coming out on Tuesday. But I was throwing more reaction baits, and Phantom was working the bottom. And like I said, he was cleaning house. And then when I switched to a big shaky head, throwing the Zoom Mag Trick Worm, once I switched to that, then I started getting bit. So like I said, just definitely work all of the water column. If you're not working at all, you could be missing fish that way. So if you're just maybe throwing top water or only spinnerbaits and swim jigs, only working maybe the midsection, start working the bottom, just cover more of the water column. Yeah, dude. As far as catching any hammers go, dude, the fish that I caught, or the bigger fish that I caught, I do believe is my PB. It's definitely, and I kind of go over this too, it's definitely the bigger fish. If you guys remember when I caught that 7-pounder, maybe 3 years ago, could be 4 years ago. I'm thinking 3 probably. That fish was caught during March. So pre-spawn, still got some weight on her from wintertime. Her metabolism's really slow. The fish that I just caught, I'm still saying it was probably 6.5, pushing 7. And was caught, on a hot summer day, probably burning off just as fast as she's taking food in, she's burning it off. And she's still maintaining that weight. So she is without a doubt the bigger bass. But man, I wish I had a scale on me. I'm glad I caught her. Glad we got a little video of her and some pictures. But it was a tank. Pima 623 caught a channel cat on an Ed rig yesterday and a couple of rock bass as well. That's cool, dude, as long as you're not getting skunked, man. Alan says the old wacky rig is working for him. G-Man Fishing, I've been slaying them in Missouri. I've been using the D-Bomb and Ned Bomb from Missile Baits. Some good baits for sure. Hammered with rain, dude. We got a lot of rain yesterday, too. Michael says, do you feel like you sound like an idiot when editing your videos, or is it just me? I honestly wouldn't know because I don't know how to even edit my own videos. That's what the old lady does. So, but I understand what you're saying. Though, listening to your voice back, yeah, sometimes I'm like, do I really sound like that? Creeks and Trails Chronicles. TJ, have you used many Molex lures? Any favorites or ones you want to try? Molex. I've been using their Spinnerbait, which I do like for sure. I've used their buzz baits in the past, which I do like. Their frogs. It's not actually a frog. It's a frog, like a hollow belly, but it's not an actual frog. It more looks like a bait fish, I would say. I've used their soft plastics before as well. Anything I want to try from them? Off the top of my head, I can't think of anything new that I'd want to try, but my experience with their lure so far is they're solid for sure. Yeah, I don't have any issues with them. No complaints. Good baits. Old Bill's been doing great on the frog, jig, D-Bomb, and Ned Bomb. Jesse going to put the kiddo to bed. I'll check out the rest tomorrow. Don't forget to hit the like, everyone. That's right, guys. We got 66 people in here. If you guys have not hit the like button, please do that. Really do appreciate that. Well, Ed's catching them on Texas rigs lately. Exo Ribbons, Exxon Craws, Exo Ribbons with a 7-pounder and a 5-pounder on the board in less than 3 weeks. Dude, that's a fat sack, brother. That is a fat sack, man. Tell you what, did you weigh that 7-pounder? I'm assuming you did. If you did, if I didn't see that picture yet, send me that picture. I just want to kind of compare it to the one that I just caught. Fishing King, have you had any more damage from USPS? I did have a box come in. I think we already talked about that from LureNet, which I did get you guys a code to LureNet, to be honest with you guys. It'll be code TJD1, get you guys 15% off over there, but that code is not live yet, so don't try it yet. But other than that box, the second shipment of my Psycho Sticks and on my trout rods, I don't believe I showed that on a video, but those were damaged as well. So this is the second shipment of Psycho Sticks damaged and my trout rods. That's why you guys haven't seen my trout videos. All the rods that I wanted to use, like my spinning rods for trout, have all been damaged. And I tried fixing them, bending the guides back, and the guides all popped out. So, well, Aaron says the Yamamoto 5-inch Yamamoto Cinco Texas rigged in green pumpkin magic. Yeah, seen you're at Kincaid. Is that what you caught them on? I've been talking to all Watts, man. I'd like to get back there. And how was the trip to Table Rock, dude? It's awesome, man. I cannot get enough of that place. We're actually going back next Saturday after I get off work. Can't get enough of that place, man. Eventually, we'll be down there living on the rock. Won't be long. I do believe my dad, well, at least there's talk about it, going to retire at the end of this year. So if that's the case, I'll be running the business. So we'll kind of have to see how that plays out. But I do still plan to go to live down there. Well, Nigel, Fisher Lake, Ida in Alexandria, Minnesota. Last weekend caught 71 bass, 61 pike, best smallmouth 4.5. What a week. I'm saying, dude, that is awesome, man. I'm happy for you. That is one heck of a week. My buddy Mike Watts, I don't think he's caught 71 bass in the last 3 years. Darren, appreciate $5, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Tonight's giveaway, we got a couple packs of Vile Craws. We got the Spine Craw from Yum. We got the RIP Snorter, or the Rip Snorter there from Chase Baits. Strike Pro Wake Bait. We got the Guggen Squad Clutch, which is a lipless. We got a swim jig. We got a football jig. And we got a little Rebel square bill. So about a $45, $50 value. If you guys donate, you're entered in the giveaway. We will pick a winner at the end of the stream live. The old fat eye could do. That's one heck of a bait too, man. I don't throw that bait much anymore. Always forget about it. River Rat, appreciate your review on the Corrado DC and its skipping abilities. I just pulled the trigger on it. It's kind of funny. I seen I think it was Alex Rudd. They were doing that their live stream last week. I guess it was, what is today? Sunday? They're doing it on Friday. And I think it was underrated, overrated. And I thought they said the DC was overrated. And I don't know about that, dude. I mean, the DC is one heck of a braking system. I'd have to say, if it was me, I'd have to say that one's underrated. I truly believe I could give my wife a DC reel and she could be skipping within 10 minutes. I mean, if you just have kind of the form and all that, using the right bait, the DC just makes skipping a breeze. And thanks, TJ. You and Debo have been tremendous help. And yeah, I'm all right. I'm right in the St. Louis area. That's cool. Yeah, you're not far from me at all. I work over in St. Louis. But like I said, I'm only like 20 minutes from Riverview. Hunter Nixon, what's going on, bud? Gambler 10-inch ribbon tail has been working for me. Wacky is the bomb. Well, Josh says, I wish we could get some rain here. We are going on like 20 days, over 100 degrees, 115, and currently 111. Wow. I bet you're a bit dry there for sure. A little shout out to the X-Zone Plastics are legit. The Blitz worm is a great worm. Yeah, I got some of those in Red Bug and Red Shad, which I will be breaking out this week for sure. Oh, Darren, hey, TJ. Up in Kansas City, water high, drop shot keeps getting hung up. Bank fishing, probably doing it wrong. Water high, drop shot getting hung up. Bank fishing. I tell you what, yeah, bank fishing, you have to look at the angle drop shotting. I could be snagging you up. You may want to do it weedless. It's the only thing that sucks about fishing from the bank. You do lose quite a few lures. Let's see here. Darren ordered rod covers you were showing in one of your videos. Oh, the rod gloves? That's cool. I usually get them from straight from the rod glove, or Carl's has them as well. You guys can see they're down on the screen. Code TJ10 now get you guys $10 off over there. Carl's, $25 or more on an order. You know, as long as the order is $25 or more, that code will work. Rod, YouTubers spend so much time and effort with the cameras, they never remember a scale or a net. I usually always have my net. I keep a net in my truck. And look, I got a scale in my bag. I got a scale in my crest liner. Big Mike's got a scale in his bag. And now, after what just happened, I do have an extra scale in my truck. And I put one of the Boga grip scales in there that doesn't need batteries. So I know that whenever I grab it, batteries won't be dead on that one. But my only, I ain't saying excuse, but the reason I didn't have my scale is because we went over there to treat one of the ponds. And we met over there at 10. Andy had to be gone by noon. I figured by the time we're done treating the pond, we're not going to have but an hour to fish. So I only brought a couple rods. I didn't even bring any extra bait or nothing. And I just threw them in the truck. And like I said, it was probably one of the best days that we probably ever had, because all these fish were caught with in 1 hour. I mean, what are the odds of that we didn't bring our GoPros, didn't bring our scales, didn't bring nothing? Crazy. I think I even got another scale. I even got a Berkeley one. You can see I got the batteries out of it. So this would be a 5th scale that I'm going to put somewhere. Either have that one in my truck too, or put it in my boat. That way I got a spare. But after that last day, I want to make sure I have plenty of scales with me no matter where I'm at. Should have grabbed my bag. But like I said, I figured hour to fishing, what I had tied on would have been good enough, you know. Elax 05, no fishing on this end, too much work and filming work. Till my filming is done in August, my weekends will be back for the month. Well, Hunter says DC isn't overrated for sure. I know people who couldn't cast a bait caster to save their life that look like a pro with a crowd of DC. Yep. I hear you, dude. Let's see, Ed said, I did weigh it 731. Yeah, send me the pic, man. Did you already send it to me? Let's see this. Nope. Yeah, whenever you send it to me, I'll check it out. Charles, appreciate $5, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Need to check out your old lady for suggestions. 75. Need to check with your old lady for suggestions. 75-mile-per-hour winds destroyed my garden Saturday morning. Weather killed my fishing weekend here in Iowa. Dang, 75-mile-per-hour winds. Yeah, you can hit me up on Instagram or Facebook, and I can let her chat with you that way if you guys want to talk about the garden. I know she's got some videos already made that she needs to edit, but I told her, I said, you've been kind of slacking on this whole Kingdom Garden channel, you know. Well, Rod says, I must be cursed. I can't catch a cold on a wacky rig. I don't get too technical here with the drop shot rod or really any finesse rod. I have EVX rods. I got SX rods. Really, all I ever do is just look at the weight specs on the rod. If I'm trying to throw something really light and use light line, I use a medium light. You know, if I'm moving up a bit in weight and pound test, I'll go to a medium. And again, you know, if I'm going to throw a bit heavier hook on there, bit heavier line, like a shaky head normally, I like that on a medium heavy. But like I said, I don't really throw anything like specialty, you know, as far as that goes. They're all fast action. They're all, I think, 7-1. But like I said, I just let the weight and the pound test determine which one I'm going to grab. Ed, appreciate $5, buddy. You are entered in the giveaway. Listen, Ed, man, smash the thumbs up. We got 65 people live tonight. That is awesome. Make sure you guys smash the thumbs up. And Ed, you are entered in the giveaway, buddy. See, Alan says, headed up to the Black River next weekend, fishing river and Black Lake. Definitely will be throwing wacky rig and some swim baits. Very cool. Best I did today. Old Joseph said, best I did today was a 3.2 pounder on a Zoom U-Vibe watermelon seed. That's cool, dude. 3-pounder, man. You can't complain with that. I'm hoping to get out, like I said, Thursday and Friday. My work schedule changed up a bit. I used to have a few days off in a row. Now I'm off on Monday, and then I'll be off on Thursday and Friday. But I'm going to pick up the talons on Tuesday before work, get them installed Wednesday before work, and then I'll be back on the water Thursday and Friday. Yeah, I still can't believe that both of them had to go in the shop. Both of them had frayed cables. I mean, what are the odds of that? And there really wasn't that much time on those talons. I'm not sure if just because that was the whole, you know, COVID deal, it was even hard to even get talons. I'm not sure if things were like rushed when they were putting them together or what the deal was. But yeah, just kind of shame they both had to go in the shop. But at least they're done now. Like I said, I'll pick them up on Tuesday. Joseph, appreciate $3, buddy. You are entered in the giveaway. Really appreciate that, man. Anyone that did donate, like I said, stay on to the end of the stream because we will pick a winner live. Let's see, Paul, ever find any local lakes with clean water yet, or just muddy water? Anything local to me, I guess it really depends how far as far as local goes, like how far I'd have to drive. I mean, one of the lakes that I've been going to, it's probably a hair over an hour from me, and for the most part, it's stained. But further back in the lake on the north end, it's pretty clear in there with all the vegetation that it has. But overall, that lake is still pretty stained. Really, the ponds that I fish, They're the clearest that I fish. The main lake on that property, it's probably 5 acres, and there's probably at least a couple foot of visibility. The top pond, it's loaded with duckweed right now. That's one we and Andy been trying to treat. But if that's not on there, you can only see to the bottom of that pond. So, I mean, like I said, the ponds that I fish are pretty clear. The main lakes are not. I'd like to go to Kincaid more, but that's a 4-hour round trip from me. Egypt and all that. Yeah, there's just not many bodies of water right around me that are clear. Joseph, I had to get my boat painted after delivery. No kidding. What happened? The main lakes that I fish, um, I want to say how many years was that? It was many years ago where there was a couple guys on the lake that shouldn't have been on the lake fishing after dark, and that lake's actually pretty dangerous. There's a lot of wood, a lot of stumps in that lake, and sadly he ended up dying. But after that, I don't think they allow you on that lake after dark. So for the most part, I don't. Well, Darren, I live in Kansas City. Grew up on Grand Lake. Always catch fish there, especially white bass on rooster tails. Any of you guys fish Carlisle? A buddy of mine's been wanting me to go there to fish for white bass. Any of you guys do that? And if so, what do you guys use there? And like, where do you catch them on? I believe he usually looks for schoolers and all that. But my neighbor actually does that a lot. I thought he said for the most part, he says fish in the banks, a lot of rocky areas with banded 200s, I believe. So let me know if you guys do that as well. Scratched on the gunnels. Yeah, that sucks. You talking about on top? I know. I remember when I got my tracker, it had quite a few scratches on it as well. Crestliner, they came in pretty clean though. Creek and Trail Chronicles. Lake Gunnersville has so much matted eelgrass right now. You'd have to use some brick for a punch rig. No kidding. Hunter Nixon fishing. If you could only have one spinnerbait, what would it be? It'd have to be the Picasso and Viswire, the .028 wire, though. They have a few different wire diameters. .028. It's a lighter wire. So after, I mean, I ain't saying just a handful of fish, but eventually they're going to get weak on you because it's a lighter wire. But that one there, man, I mean, I've used a ton of different spinnerbaits, and I like a double willow. Even in the muddy water, I like a double willow. Just a willow blade, it just resembles the shad the most as far as profile, vibration, flash, and all that. So even in the muddy water, I prefer a willow blade. And that particular spinnerbait just has the most thump that I've used. With like a 4 to 4.5 blade size. Obviously, the bigger you go up, if you go up to like those Omegas, they got a lot of thumping as well, but they're also throwing like number 7 blades. I mean, they're big blades. You get a lot of thump out of a willow blade, the bigger the blade, obviously. But as far as like your normal size blades, 4.5, that Picasso in Viswire, it's got the most vibration that I've used as far as a willow blade spinnerbait goes. So that'd be my go-to there. Let's see here. Ed said, I sent the pics on Instagram. Your fish from a few years ago was definitely at least 7-pounder. Let's see this, man. That's a tub, dude. That's a tub, man. That's definitely a 7 for sure. Let's go ahead and show that. Look at that, man. That's a tub. Nice catch, dude. Do you know by chance the length of that fish? That's a good fish. That's a good fish. Look into that one. I'm happy to say that one that I just caught. It's got to be right around there. If not 7, it's dang close. So last I talked to someone that fished Carlisle a few days ago, it said it's been extremely tough fishing. Well, Tom says you can catch whites on about anything at Carlisle. That's good to hear. How you doing, Tom? It's frog and big worm heaven right now. Yeah, I'm a big fan of other spinnerbaits. I've been using the hog snatcher ones as well with the tungsten head, but I still always go back to that Inviswire 0.028. I do believe they have a 0.0. I think it's a 3.5, which you don't get the vibration out of that one as you do the 28, just because obviously the lighter the wire is going to vibrate more. But it's just an awesome spinnerbait. Jaeger Alpha 78. I've been using tubes and catching smallmouth. Love those fish. Okay, you said 23 inches because Andy, the same day, he caught a 6-pounder as well. And like I said, we didn't have a scale or a tape measure, but he did measure that one on his fishing rod. So I'm going to have to ask him just how long his was and kind of gauge it that way. It just sucks. Both of these big fish that I caught, I don't have a weight on either one. So your 7.3 was 23 inches even. Darren TJ, everyone seems to be using scum frogs for topwater. What is your opinion about $10? About $10 up here. Oh, you're saying $10 for a scum frog? I'm saying the frog that I use the most is probably, I'm saying the Spro Bronzeye. I don't use a ton of scum frogs. I did get the launch frog. I think it was called launch frog last year. To be honest, I haven't even used those yet. But it seems like when I'm reaching for a frog, the Spro is usually what I go for. But I know a lot of guys, they use the scum frogs for sure. Gillespie Lake? Gillespie? I haven't. Have any of you guys fished the lake or that ain't Gillespie? What is that? I don't even want to spell that wrong. Say that wrong. You guys can read that. Have you guys fished that lake? Tom, good Jim. 2 more weeks of PT and injections in my knee. Get her done, brother, man. Praying for you, bud. See creeks and trails here. I have a 6.8 that was 22.5 and an 8.7 that was 24.25. Man, some hogs. Some hogs. Yeah, Jack All, Bill, that makes some good frogs, sure. What, they got the Gavacho? I've been trying to get that bluegill one for the longest time. It's like a chartreuse gill. Every time I look for it, it's sold out. Fishing with Gramps. I ordered the Spro Debo was talking about in the freak color. Haven't caught a single one. Been throwing them all. Vega, Z-Man. I like that Z-Man frog too. That's a cheaper frog. And as far as price goes, it's inexpensive and it's a solid frog. I've been using that one a lot too. I want to say that freak color. I think I have that one as well. See, Sean caught. And let me know down below. Let me know your guys' PB if you guys know the length and all that. Sean caught a 9.3 and it was only 24.5 inches, but had a super fat belly and was early spring. Yeah, that one here, if you guys haven't seen that, let me pull that up real fast. I think I got that in my drive here. Let's see here. Here's the one that I was saying. That's a fat fish, man. That's the one I was saying 7. I mean, she looks, gosh, looking at that picture, she looks like an 8. And here's the one from the other day. See, I don't think she looks as big in this picture here, but you can still see that gut sticking out there. It's a big fish. It is a big fish. Where's the gut on this one at? Hold on, let me find this picture. Let's see here. It's a ways down here. Let me go ahead and scroll. See, where'd they go? John TJ, you still got all those diamonds, or did you sell them? I still got about probably about 10 of them. I haven't sold any rods in a while. I'm gonna get the picture of this belly on this one fish. And really, the one that I caught the other day, it still had a pretty fat belly on it. But this one here, I mean, she was ready to burst. I'm sure most of you guys have seen this. Let's see here. It's coming up. Hold on. Here we go. Should be right. I thought it should have been here. Must be way down the list here. Come on, fish, where you at? Okay, here it is. Here's the belly on her. I mean, it's about as wide as my head. I mean, that's a gut, right? That is a gut. Let's see here. Darren, senior vid on the KVD Speedback Swarm, etc. Love them. Had my backup jammed up with them. That's cool. Oh, your backpack jammed with them. Yeah, I've been using those, and I started packing up some of the Plano Edge. I guess they're like a utility plastic box. I got a couple of those on my boat as well. I'm going to do another video on soft plastic organization, showing you guys kind of how many you can fit in one of those boxes versus speed bags and putting them in Plano boxes and all that. So that'll be a video we'll do here pretty soon. Right now, I just got a bunch of like swim baits in them. So Joseph Keller, 7'4", 24 inches. See, old Tom fished that lake a lot. Fished the Wednesday night tournaments. Had big bass for the year. The last year I fished them. Been a while since I've been up there. Let's see here. Fishing with Gramps. Texas PB was 867 back in 96. Indiana PB was 687 back in 99. Only have 5-pounder since. Ain't not complaining about, man. Bill, 8-1, 25-6. Very nice. Bill, what'd you catch that one on, bud? See, Cool Granddaddy Sweets Forever. Appreciate the $5. You are entered in the giveaway. 60-year-old just getting into bass fishing. Can you do a worm for dummies real quick on the difference and purpose of sinking, floating, trick, and such? Okay. As far as like a sinking worm, what's the easiest way to put this? It'd be easier if I actually made a video on this, but okay. A worm that's got salt in it is going to sink. So if you're wanting to work like a shaky head, obviously you want that up off the bottom. So you want a worm with less salt. Okay. Obviously on a wacky rig. Okay. If you have like, I know chompers, like they don't have a ton of salt in them. If you try to wacky rig like a chomper's Cinco with a hook that's not weighted, it's just going to lay on the surface. So in a situation like that, you're going to want some weight, some salt in your worm. So like I said, a worm that's got salt in it is going to be a sinking worm. It'll get down faster. Again, you can adjust your fall rate with the amount of salt the plastic has in it. But like I said, for any type of bait that you want up off the bottom, whether it be a Nico rig, shaky head, whatever, you want a worm with less salt in it. In early spring, you hear a lot of guys talk about, the floating worm rig. again, if it's got too much salt in it, it might sink faster than you want it to sink. It's just something that you can just play around with. Your hook is going to add some weight, but like I said, I know Zoom has the super salty plus and ones with less salt and all that, and ones that have no salt in it. You can just kind of play around with the fall rate depending on what you're looking for and the kind of weight that you want to add to it. But again, if you're trying to keep it up off the bottom, go with less salt. It was a fat fish, Ed. It was, man. And to this day, I'm still sick that I did not get a weight on it. And the other picture that I had of the other one here, let's see here. Some guys are calling this one a 2-pounder. But I mean, look how fat, the belly is on that one. That's the one that I just caught the other day. And if you look at the belly, it's dang near as big as the one I'm calling 7-pounders that I caught a few years ago. There's just no telling what she caught. But like I said, what's awesome about that is she was caught in the heat of the summer. Her metabolism's super fast, so she's burning off whatever it is she's eating and still holding that weight. So that fish 3 months ago was probably 8 pounds all day long, Yeah, Tom, that was a fat one, man. See, John says, my PB 12.5. I don't know how long it was. Caught a 10-pound in the same spot exactly 1 year apart. Dude, that's one lucky spot, man. 12.5. That's awesome. See, creek and trails, my 8, that was 24.25. And pre-spawn, my 7.3 was caught in late July last year. See, Aaron just sent me a picture of his here. What's he got? Aaron Wetzel, that's an 8.9, 24.8. Yeah, that's a long one. Hard to see the belly on that angle. Well, that's a good fish too, man. Make sure I get your phone number on there. Yep, no phone number. That's a good fish too, dude. Yeah, you definitely got the length on that one, for sure. Well, fishing with Gramps. Love the Z-Man bait lockers. Yep, just seen it, Aaron. Good fish, dude. That is a good fish. See, Patrick, what's going on, buddy? PB is 6'8", got her on a 7-inch ribbon-tail worm. Got a 6'7" 2 years ago on a Spro Rat 40. Just can't find anything bigger here in Massachusetts. Dude, ain't nothing to complain about, though, buddy. That's a good. Anything over 6 is that's a fat bass, dude. Yeah, swallowed a grapefruit. Measure your hand. Measure your hand the way you. What? Measure your hand the way you. I don't know what you're saying there, bud. Either way, she's a fat bass. We're about an hour in here, guys. We'll stay on here a little bit longer just because we had to mess up earlier with the GoPro. But here's another picture of her here. Here's a good side shot of her. Gosh, look at that. That's a big fish. That is a big fish. I'm sick every time I look at it. And now, like I said, for it to happen again, I almost want to catch one that I know for sure is bigger than this fish. That way I don't feel so bad about not weighing her. And like I said, the one that I just caught last week, I'm not convinced it's bigger than this one, but man, it was a big fish, And I was thinking it was at the time, but the more I look back on this gut here, I don't know if she was this big. Now, this fish here was stubbier. The one I caught the other day was definitely longer. Man, oh man. Well, Tom says, a picture of my Illinois 8-pounder in my computer that is froze up. I do have. Oh, you got prints of it? That's cool. Yep. Tank for sure, dude. I'm just sick that I did not get a weight on it. What are the odds? I didn't wake up that morning thinking I was going to catch PB. So we were going there, treat the pond. I figured we'd make a few casts, and that was it. Crazy, crazy day. I'm going to say your name wrong. Jafai Kim. I'm sure I said that wrong. Sorry for butchering your name. I'm so late. So glad it's still on. And we did have some technical difficulties earlier, but we did get that worked out. So we never really have a topic for these streams, guys. We just get on here and kind of shoot the breeze, see what's going on, catch up, see who's catching what. If you guys would rather have like a topic, let me know. But I just kind of like getting on, hanging out, and just catching up, you know. Let me know down below, though, what you guys are really looking for out of these streams. Darren also got the Bass Pro Qualifier 2 you recommended in one of your vids. Great reel for the money, and I love my SLX DC 150. Very cool, dude. Pro Qualifier, dude, it's an awesome reel, especially for the price. I don't believe they've gone on sale here recently like they did years back. Like I said, I got mine for like $50. And I thought they were going to do that years back during the classic sales, and they kind of stopped. I think they were like $60, $70, but even at that price, it's still a killer deal for that reel. Dual braking. Awesome. I tell you what, speaking of the DC, though, I just ordered my first reel direct from Japan 2 days ago. I think it's shipped a couple days ago. Got the Scorpion DC coming in. If you guys are looking for that reel, I think it was, they had the best price. Let me look it up. Because I shopped around until I could find one. I was looking for a while, then everyone sold out. And then I came across this place had them in stock, and they were the cheapest. Japan Lure Shop, and I got it for, let's see here, I got it for $242.83. It was 26,900 yen, and then it was another 2,000 yen to ship it. So I think it was like under 270, I think, for the Scorpion DC from Japan shipped, where everyone else was like 330 and all that. So that was definitely a good deal. And when I went to order it a few days ago, it was out of stock. And I was checking it like every hour. And sure enough, the next morning they were back in stock, and I hurried up and ordered it. And I know a lot of guys, I think it was the 8.5, were saying that gear ratio was more expensive everywhere else. I got the 7.4, but I do believe all three gear ratios are the same price over there at the Japan, what's it called? What I say it was called? Japan Lure Shop. So if you guys are in the market for one of those, that's where I'd head to check that out. Bill said, that's a total tank. I'm shocked you don't carry a scale in your pack. I never leave home without my scale. Oh, I do, dude. I do. And I say this in the video I got coming out Tuesday. I got a Connect scale in my book bag. I got one in my son's bag in case I forget mine. I got one in my boat. But the problem was, like I said, with only having a couple hours to get the pond treated, that's why we went over there to treat the pond. I figured it's going to take us an hour to do it, and we only had an hour left. I didn't even bring a bag. I didn't bring nothing. I only grabbed 2 rods that were laying on my boat. I threw them in my truck on my left. I didn't bring anything. I didn't even bring any spare bait. I brought 2 rods and the lures that were tied on, and I had a spare frog on my boat. I threw it in the truck and I took off. That's all I brought. If I would have brought my bag, yeah, I had a scale in it. And normally when I go over there, Big Mike's with me, and we have an extra scale in his bag. But now I did put a Boga Grips in my truck, the one that does not need batteries. So there's always going to be a scale in there now. But yeah, I've had my scale with me all year. You guys have seen me weigh fish and all that in the videos. But the problem was I didn't bring my bag. I only brought 2 rods. That was it. But it came back to bite me, dude. Man, I can't get over it. Oh, cool. I pronounced your name impressively well. Cool. Very cool. I'm not going to say it again because I don't remember how I said it the first time. I don't want to say it wrong, so we'll leave it at that. See, Ed says, I've caught 2 PBs this year. The first was 6 pound, 5 ounce in January, then 7.3 last month. I caught 5 pounder 21 yesterday. You love the sport, dude. Who doesn't, man? It's a hard sport to get sick of, right? You can do it every day, all day. That's some fat fish, though, dude. 7.3, 5 pounder, 6.5. I think the biggest that I have on scale, on video, on scale, I think is a 6.4. I have a couple 6s on video and weighed. I think the biggest is a 6.4. Oh, you got to pay Hunter for the pro qualifier, even full retail, dude. You got a heck of a deal. That is, to this day, still an awesome reel. I got to take apart my, I was over there a few nights ago tossing buzzbaits with Big Mike again, and was using Tatula 150. Made a cast, and mid-cast, I'm assuming what had to happen was the handle started coming back, to being engaged or whatever. I guess it was slipping in, and what would be the right word for that? Not slipping, engagement. What would be the right word for that? Like I don't think I flipped it with my hand, but I may have, or maybe it started slipping. So I made a cast, and like I said, mid cast, the handle started spinning. So I guess what happens when you push the thumb bar, the pinion kind of releases from the spool. That's what allows you to cast. So like I said, that handle must have either got bumped or maybe how I just made the cast. I don't know what happened, to be honest with you. But like I said, it started slipping, I'm assuming. So as that spool was spinning super fast, that pinion gear was working its way in, and the spool pin started chewing up the head of that gear. And so now I got to take that reel apart and see what kind of damage it did inside there. I still actually used the reel the rest of the day. Took the spool out when I got home, and there was some brass shavings right along the spool pin, but I'm not sure if anything got down in the main gear. But like I said, when that pinion gear was kind of sliding back in place to the drive gear, hopefully it didn't chew that up as well. But like I said, normally when that happens, it's usually just a spool pin chewing up the top of the pinion gear. And I can see the burrs on all 4 points there. So I might just file that down, or just, who knows, maybe just get new gears for it. But that kind of sucked. That happened the other night. Sean, as many scales as I know you have, you should always have one with you. Didn't you pack that in your video of packing? Yeah, it's in my backpack. My backpack's right there. It's in there. The problem is I didn't bring the backpack, which I'm sure you are. I know I'm kind of behind on comments here. I'm sure you heard that, but yeah, I didn't. I grabbed 2 rods, got in the truck. I figured, like I said, we only had 2 hours, and in that 2 hours, we had to treat the lake. So I figured with what little time we had left, I'm not going to pack nothing. I think I had a swim jig on, and I think I had the Guggen revolver on. I figured, you know what, these two will work. And then there was a frog on my boat. I threw it in the truck, and I took off. That's all I brought. And of course, Andy, he didn't have one either. I don't think he brought his bag either. I think he just brought a little bag of plastics, and that was it. But he's not even 5 minutes from those ponds. I should have made him run home and get a scale. See, Palm 623 just got the Black Max 6.4 gear ratio yesterday. Can't wait to get it out and try it. That's cool, bud. Very cool. Yeah, Scorpion's a step above the Corrado. I don't know what they're actually called. Like, it's IDC. So that could be the letter. Not really sure on that, but I think it's got the 4. I think the Scorpion's got the 5. I do believe it's one step up above the Corrado. And I think the settings are, the way you set it up is different as well. I think on the spool, it's got your line type that you set, and then it's got, I think it actually has 5 brake settings, to where before with the Corrado DC, you would set it for what line you had. Now you actually set the line on the spool, and then there's 4 brake settings, 1 through 4. Obviously, the higher you go up, there's more brake, and then I think the 5th option is wind. That's the settings on the Scorpion. Darren just got an 8.1 in the SLX. Dude, the SLX is an awesome reel. For the price, it throws lighter baits really well as well. Haven't messed with it much. Got it spooled up, but no, haven't fished with it much. Got it on a cranking rod, of course. I think I did that, and then I had all the issues with the talons. And then, yeah, just with rain and my work schedule changing again, haven't fished with it yet. But it's spooled up. see. Picked up a Shimano SLX MGL 75 a little while ago, and it totally sold me on the Shimano. Sold me on Shimano from Iowa. I mean, Shimano's nice. I guess I was the opposite. I was, or maybe you were, because you were with Iowa a lot, or you used Iowa a lot, and that's kind of how I was. That I never really cared for how the Shimanos felt in hand, and I want to say it could have been the Corrado. No, it could have been the SLX. It might have been the SLX. You know what? I think I got those two at the same time. I think it was the SLX and the Corrado DC. I think those were my first two Shimanos that I bought. And ever since I had those, yeah, I was kind of like, man, these are pretty dang slick. But I would still have to say, out of Daiwa and Shimano, I would have to say, man, that's a tough one. I would probably say Daiwa, for me at least. But no, that takes nothing away from Shimano. They put out one heck of a reel for sure. Lure colors for dusk versus lure colors for dawn fishing. You know, I used to think like black worked better than white, you know, early morning, evening, whatever, and all that. And it's like now for me, if they're on shad, I like white. Any of the other time, black for me is what works. That's pretty much what I stick with. I don't try to complicate it. If they're not chasing shad, I'm using black. I'm not sure if there's ever really been a time where a black frog hasn't worked. I mean, I think all you guys would probably agree. I mean, I think if you're only going to get one color frog or top water, get a black. If you don't get black, get white. Chicken fried steak. Howdy, Tackle Junk 81 and chat crew. Hope all are well from Central Cali. Woot woot. What's going on, buddy? All is well, man. Appreciate you tuning in. And he said it's never the same when you try to watch this later. Darren, 2 weeks ago, I was bank fishing. A guy in a boat pulled up in a boat and gave me 12 bass. I cleaned them on the bank, took home, fried up. That's cool. And we, over the years, I bet we've taken out probably, who knows, I bet 500 small bass out of that bigger lake that we fish out there at the ponds. And I think that's why there's so many big ones in there, because we cleaned out so many smaller ones. But like I said, we fried a lot of those up. And I prefer crappie, though, over bass. I think bass is, for me at least, just tastes a bit too fishy. And a crappie, man, I could probably eat crappie like every day. I'm not sure you could get sick of crappie. Thanks to basically Big Mac destroyed it. No, I did it. That was me. Yeah, I destroyed the reel. I don't think it's destroyed. Like I said, I don't believe any brass got down on the main gear. Like I said, unless when the pinion and drive gear were like meshing back together, unless that kind of stripped out, I don't believe it did, because I don't feel anything. Like I said, normally it's just the spool pin that's ticking the top of that pinion gear is the problem. But I don't believe any problems. I don't believe there's going to be any problem with the main gear, but I won't know until I tear it apart. And I've only had that happen to, I think it was the Rick Glunn reels that I used years ago, the blue ones. That's only happened to those before, and then now this tattoo. And like I said, I don't remember, you know, bumping that handle or anything when I made the cast. Maybe it wasn't fully depressed when I made the cast, and it kind of just slipped out. Like I said, that pinion gear just slowly started coming toward that spool pin. Either way, though, I mean, if it is destroyed, it's still a simple fix. It's swapping gears. It's not a big deal. Fishing fix. Had to tear down my tattoo teeth today from all the frog fishing lately. It was getting filled up with slop. It does happen, man. Charles, after catching a couple estimated 7-pounders last summer, I finally bought a scale. Now I have yet to catch anything over 2 pounds. That's what Andy says. You guys will see a little clip of Phantom as I'm reeling this fish in. He's recording with his phone, and I'm like, dude, why don't we have a scale? He goes, if we would have had a scale, we would have caught this fish. And it's usually how it is, if you have a scale or if you have a net, you don't catch nothing. It was kind of funny. We were at the lake behind his house one day fishing. And I think we made a trip around the lake, and we weren't catching any fish. So we got back by his house, and he took the net, and he just launched the net in his yard. He threw it out of the boat. He goes, that's why we're not catching any fish. Yeah, Tatula 100. That's a great reel as well. I love that one. And so did you take a turn tubing on Table Rock? I'll be honest with you. I did get on the tube. I wasn't going to get on by myself. I got on with Big Mike. He wanted me to go on there with him. So the tube itself was so small, and I'm a fairly big dude. So I'm trying to grab on over here, and then I'm over here by Mike. And I said, Mike, now you grab on this one, and you cross your arm over by me. Well, long story short, we could not get that worked out. He was clowning around, falling off the tube. I don't know how many minutes have passed for us both trying to get situated on this tube. So I told Becca, you know what? I don't even want a tube anymore. I said, let the kids get on there, and I'll just drive the boat. And I was kind of leery about her driving the boat anyway, so it's probably best it went down the way it did. Yeah, I'm not a strong swimmer. Even though I had a life jacket on, I'm not sure I want to be tubing in a couple 100 foot of water. My boys, though, man, they live for it. Well, fishing with Grant's been using the chatterbait jackhammer, loving it. Darren, unless you're pro, I think there's fantastic reels from 200. Oh yeah, dude, there's plenty of solid reels from 200 to 100, no doubt. There's a lot of $100 reels that are awesome. I mean, even if I was a pro, and say Shimano wanted to sign me and said you could only use the SLX, dude, I'd have no problem with that, man. It's an awesome reel for the price. Yeah, there's a ton of nice reels under $200. Did you notice Debo disappeared after breaking the camera? Well, Kevin, appreciate it. $5, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. What is the best time and conditions to use a spinnerbait and what colors? I do have a really good video on this. I don't believe the old lady's watching right now, so you can't link it down below. But if you would search the channel, I do have a really good spinnerbait video on my channel. But I'm going to say, at least for me, I'll throw a spinnerbait really in any conditions because of the watercolor I fish. It's pretty stained and muddy, and the fish can't get that good a look at the bait. Obviously, if you take the spinnerbait and you look at it, it doesn't really look real, right? So in clear water, you got to do one of two things. You got to either reel it fast, or you got to have, a bit of wind, cloud cover, low light conditions, and that's the reason they can get a good look at it. So clear water, you want to reel it fast, or like I said, you need some wind to help camo the bait. Like I said, low light, things like that. But for me, fishing the stained and muddy water, I'll throw them all the time because they can't get a good look at it. As far as color goes, mainly shad colors, chartreuse and white. If you got a lot of bluegill, say you're fishing a pond, a bluegill spinnerbait. But for the most part, for me, just straight shad colors. I don't really fish a whole lot of chartreuse and white, even though a lot of guys would probably reach for that one with a muddier water, or even just a straight chartreuse. I kind of go more toward just a standard shad pattern, just because, there's shad in that lake. The fish are used to seeing the shad look like that, so I don't try and go too gaudy, but I will go like a citrus shad from time to time, but just a straight shad pattern. I like a double willow, even in the muddy water. That double willow really kind of mimics, the profile, the flash, the vibration the shad give off. A lot of guys will tell you to go to a Colorado blade in muddier water, and I no doubt it works. I just have better luck with a double willow, even in the muddier water. But like I said, with the muddier water, I don't really need any special conditions to toss that spinnerbait. When you have clear water, like I said, you're going to want to burn them in, reel them fast. And like I said, if not, have some cloud cover, some wind, and something to help camo the bait. But yeah, check out that video that I do have on my channel on the spinnerbait. It's pretty good video. And like I said, you are entered in the giveaway. We'll go over that one more time. We'll pick a winner here by 10 minutes, and we'll call it a night. Tonight's giveaway, we got a couple packs of the Vile Craws. We got the Spine Craw there from Yum, little Guggen Squad clutch, football jig, Excite swim jig, the Rip Snorter from Chase Baits. We got a Strike Pro Wake Bait and a Rebel Square Bill. It's about a $50 value if you guys donate whatever amount you're entered in that giveaway. Like I said, we will pick a winner here live in about 10 minutes. Let's see here. Where we at? Sean, always happens when PB comes along that you forget something important. When I caught my PB, we forget the net and only had 6-pound test line. That'd be fun, though. Yep, old Debo's got at it. Actually, when I get off here, we got to eat dinner, then we got to edit video as well. So can you suggest anyone who fixes spinning reels? The only person I know of is Trey Harple, threaltuningcleaning.com. And you can shoot him a message on Facebook or Instagram. I'm not sure he works on, he might, I'm sure he knows how to fix them. I know he doesn't use spinning reels, but I'd imagine he could fix spinning reels. So he's the only guy that I know that works on them and cleans them. So Trey Harple, again, look him up on Instagram, Facebook, or it's the Real Tuning and Cleaning. I think it's threaltuningandcleaning.com. Let me look it up real fast just to make sure. Yep, there it is. I have to get a hold of this guy right here. realtuningandcleaning.com. But yeah, there's his Facebook. He's on Instagram as well. Thomas says crappie are the best tasting freshwater fish for sure. They are, man. I could eat them all day long, dude. See, Darren says I clean and salt the fish down, leave in ice for about 5 hours, clean water, cut red out, and take the strong fish taste out. It's a good tip, buddy. All right, Thomas. Good seeing you, buddy. What's going on, Richard? How you doing, man? Appreciate the $5, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. I don't think I had. You know what? I just got some Z, man. Let me look real fast what these are. Hold on. No, these are not the streaks. These are the jerk shads. I've never tried the streaks. It says I didn't have a scale on board when I caught that 7-pounder. Luckily, another kayaker nearby me had one. You lucked out, dude. You lucked out, man. Okay, how did I say your name the first time? I think it was Jaifan. You are entered in the giveaway. I do appreciate the $5. Hopefully, I didn't butcher your name. I think that's how I said it the first time. Maybe I didn't. See, Jade says, I tried to get on Trey's website this afternoon, but it wouldn't load. Is he strictly on Facebook now? Let's just check it out real fast. Hold on. TH Real Tuning. I'm not seeing it either. Let's see if we go to his. Let's go to his Facebook. And I don't see it on there. He might just be. Oh, wait, here. Here it is. Hold on. No, that ain't it. Nope, that ain't it. I thought it was thcustom.com. You pull it up, and it brings up something else. What I would do is, I would just go to Facebook, or you can see on Facebook, if you scroll down there, he's got his email as well. If you guys can see that or not. Maybe you can't. Yeah, I'll just go to his Facebook. It doesn't appear to be bringing it up online either. He probably doesn't even need to advertise anymore. He's probably got the same guys send him the same reels, every year. I'm sure he's got more reels than he can handle, River Rat, appreciate $5, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. I appreciate all your content and for answering my questions on Instagram. My pleasure, buddy. My pleasure, man. I do appreciate the $5. You are entered in the giveaway. Jeff Allen, appreciate the $5, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway as well. Was out fishing, so I'm late. Can't wait to get Scorpion DC also. You'll like it. Yeah, dude. I'm looking forward to it, man. Appreciate it, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Aaron says, when you try carp ribs, you will change your mind on best freshwater fish. No kidding. Carp ribs. Carp ribs. I don't know. Just the way carp smell, I'm not sure I want to try carp, but dude, I'll take your word for it, There it is. G-Fon. We got you. You go to the website, it brings in the Apple iCloud. I'll sign in. Bass Geek, me on my dang house. I'm sick of it. That's what's working. Bass Geek, man. If you guys haven't checked him out, check him out. We'll link him down below. My dude. Slow Factor, what's going on, buddy? Hey, I don't have to tear down the Tatula SV, but I do need to tear down the Tatula 150 because I had an issue with it the other day. I don't know how long you've been on here. Made a cast, and I think the handle slipped back in, and the spool pin grabbed that pinion gear, was chewing it up. So I got to tear it apart and see if I got any damage to the main gear. So I'm sure you're wishing it was the SV so I can do video on that one, but it was the 150. Yeah, well, Bass Geek's in the house. So guys, looks like we're about an hour and a half in. We're caught up in comments. We're going to call the old lady real fast and have her pick a winner. Ben? Have mommy get on the other computer and pick us a winner. Okay. Hey, where is she upstairs? Yeah, let me know when she's down here so I know. All right. Oh, Jeff, just in time, buddy. She's about to ready to pick a winner. Appreciate $10, man. You're entered in the giveaway. Heading to the St. Lawrence in 2 weeks, looking for smallmouth smackdown, drop shot, and Ned rigs on that special bait I told you about. Get her done, man. Get her done. Send me pictures. Glad to see you, dude. It's been a while. If the teeth ain't too bad, you use a buffer. I'll use buffer wheel on a Dremel and clean it up. The only thing, all I did so far is to take out the spool, and I can see where the spool pin chewed up just the top of the, I ain't saying really chewed it up. You can see a burr on each point of the pinion gear, but as far as the gear side, I haven't taken it apart to see, but I did continue fishing with that reel the rest of the day, and I didn't feel anything, so I'm assuming maybe the gears kind of meshed together pretty good, and it was only that spool pin that did the damage. But yeah, we'll see. Hey, baby. Are we ready for Super Chat winner? Yeah, pick us a winner. Give me I gotta get into his computer and I'll be right back. 5 minutes will get us a winner here for the Super Chat. What do you say? What do you say? Bass Geek, I just picked a winner, but I rolled it and tossed it. What's been your best flipping bait this year? I haven't done a whole lot of that, to be honest with you. I'd say probably the Vile Bug is what I've used the most, though. Caught a 4-pounder on that the other day. On a little shaky head. Well, Phil says, same as Bass Geek here. Been working on the house here, too, but getting close to freedom. Good luck to those who entered the drawing. Got to go. Thanks, TJ. All right, Phil. Good seeing you, buddy. Sloan Factor heading to Lake Sinclair for some smallies and muskies. Dude, I would love to catch a big old muskie. That'd be fun. I usually start doing the fantasy fishing, and then either I get bored with it or I'm just too busy with work and I forget about it. I think I joined Phantom Fishings a few times and did it with him. No, I don't do any kayak fishing. I was going to do I was going to get into that, and I was talking with the company, and then I kind of leaned more towards the John boats, and I've already should have had. I kind of wanted one for maybe like a build, and then another one. It's called like the Retriever John. It's a really nice John boat from Crestliner. It's got 2 decks, and like I said, it's got a floor and everything, and it's super nice. It's basically kind of like my boat, but no carpet. It's kind of set up the same way, and I should have had both of those boats back in February, but with COVID and it's hard to get a boat right now, everything just got delayed. So hopefully I have them. It'd be nice if I have them this fall, but I'm not gonna bank on it. I would say probably next February is kind of what I'm hoping for. But because I just kind of wanted to rig those out for the ponds. I'm kind of sick of fishing that boat out there. That boat out there is just, it's not very stable, and I'd rather set up a camera than wearing a camera. I just feel like you can see more with a tripod, or if I have it on a YOLO stick or whatever. But and I hate fishing the bottom, with a chest mount. I'm afraid every time I set the hook, I'm going to crack the camera. So I'm almost kind of like gun shy every time I feel like I get a bite. Like I don't set the hook. So yeah, I hate wearing a camera on me. I'd just rather have a tripod or something set up. I hear that a lot of guys that do kayak fishing that had a boat, they enjoy being on the kayak more. Just been doing well with the top water sexy dog. That's a good one. Bassy loves the vile bug, rage bug. Fish with Gramps. But the hummingbirds are installed. Time for the boat to see more action. I hear that, dude. Yeah, for those of you that weren't on earlier, I'll have another talent update for you. I'm picking the talons up. Actually, both talons had to go in the shop. I guess it was about 2 weeks ago, and I'm picking them up Tuesday before work. I'll install them Wednesday before work, and then I'll be back on the water on Thursday. But yeah, both of them had to go in the shop. Both of them actually had frayed cables. When I was putting the end cap on the one that was quiet, that actually the cleaning fixed that one. But when I was putting the end cap on there, I could see that cable was frayed. So that one had to go in for a frayed cable. The other one, what happened is kind of what I was saying in there. Those pads that ride in those tracks, screws do hold those in, and the screws had backed out. Where Minn Kota had told me that they put Loctite on those, and sometimes they do kind of vibrate loose. Where the shop told me that they do not put Loctite on them, but they took them all out, put Loctite on them, so I should no longer have that issue with the talon. So all that's fixed, and actually they both had frayed cables, which is kind of crazy because there's not a whole lot of time on those. I'm not sure if things were just rushed because that was right with the whole COVID deal. And I actually wanted white talons on there, but white were sold out. They had no idea when they would get white in, so we went with the silver. It was just kind of hard to already get anything, so I'm not sure if those last batches of talons got rushed just to get them done or what, and they frayed the cables, or I don't know what happened. But it's kind of funny they both had frayed cables, but either way, they're fixed now. I'll pick them up Tuesday, get them back on the boat on Wednesday. But yeah, we'll do another video on that too. You and Debo, tube fishing. Like fishing with tubes or on a tube? Are all three of us on the same tube? Fishing Western PA. Yes, I do have a video on how to launch and load. It's actually one of my more popular videos. I think I did that. It sent 500,000 the other day. That's with my tracker too. Sloan Factor just got my Ranger boat back 3 days ago. Now have a Bob's jack plate, 2 10-foot power pole blades. That's cool, dude. Very cool. Very cool. I bet it looks pretty slick too. That's awesome. Drywall Doctor, I have a kayak and water scamp. I think water scamp more comfortable. I have had zero problems with my Talons in 3 years now. Sorry to hear about yours. Yeah, like I said, the one was just dirty, and cleaned it up, and it was fine. But like I said, it had that frayed cable, and the other one was those screws backing out, which they said that could happen, and it did. But if they didn't, if they did not put Loctite on them, it's something they should definitely do in the future. Like I said, they're saying they do. The shop's saying they didn't. But if you haven't had any issues, they probably, I imagine they would do it then, just because they were aware of the problem on the phone. They said that does sometimes happen. So luckily, put it this way, if something's going to happen to something, it normally happens to my stuff. I do have like the worst luck for that. But like I said, yeah, they got them all fixed. They got everything all lubed up. So he said they're good and quiet now. So main thing, it was under warranty. They have a 5-year warranty. So it didn't cost me nothing but some time. So not a big deal. Darren TJ, I noticed you have all the bait on your wall. Are you sponsored or just a little bit of both? I mean, I work with quite a few companies, but I mean, my boat's loaded with stuff. This is kind of just like, extra stuff or doubles and triples of things and things like that. But I do work with a handful of companies, yeah. Let's see here. Oh, here's the old lady right here. Congratulations, Darren Robinson. You are tonight's Super Chat winner. Please message me on Instagram, Facebook, or email in description your shipping info, and we'll get that right out to you. Much appreciated, fellas. Appreciate you guys a ton. And it looks like, and that is it for the comments. We are caught up. And guys, I've been doing every other week for the chats. So like I said, we will not do one next week. It will be the week after. So I'm really looking forward to that one. I will have 2 videos out for you guys this week. And I'm working on 2 videos for the following week. So we're trying to stay on that schedule, Tuesday, Thursday, and then every other week stream on a Sunday. So that is the plan. There's Darren right there. You are the winner, brother. Like I said, whoops, wrong guy. Where'd he go? You are the winner, dude. Like I said, email in description, or you can message me on Instagram or Facebook. No problem, buddy. And guys, like I said, I really appreciate you guys hanging with me. It's always a fun time here on SNL. And like I said, we never really have a topic. We just get on, talk. We all, I see you guys talk amongst yourselves and all that. I mean, it's kind of what we do. Just passing the time, seeing how the week went, and see what's working, what's not working, and just kind of going from there. So like I said, we don't really have a topic. We just hang out, and it's always a blast hanging with you guys on a Sunday night. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. If you did, be sure to smash the thumbs up, and we will see you guys on the next one. Love you guys. We're out of here.